Hey there, everyone! Today, we're going to talk about an important chapter in American history, the Civil Rights Movement. This movement was all about fighting for equal rights for African Americans and ending racial discrimination. So, let's dive in and learn about the people, events, and changes that shaped this incredible struggle for justice. The Civil Rights Movement took place mainly during the 1950s and 1960s. It was a time when many African Americans and their allies stood up against unfair laws and practices that treated them as second-class citizens. They wanted to end segregation, which is the separation of people based on their race, and to secure equal rights under the law. To understand the Civil Rights Movement, we need to look back at history. After the Civil War, the 13th Amendment was passed in 1865, which abolished slavery. But even after that, many African Americans faced discrimination and were denied basic rights. Laws known as Jim Crow laws enforced segregation in the South, making it illegal for Black and white people to use the same schools, restaurants, and public facilities. First up is Martin Luther King Jr. He was a powerful leader who believed in nonviolent protest. He inspired many with his speeches, including the famous "I Have a Dream" speech, where he shared his vision of a world where people would be judged by their character, not the color of their skin. Next, we have Rosa Parks. In 1955, she made history by refusing to give up her seat to a white man on a bus in Montgomery, Alabama. Her brave act of defiance sparked the Montgomery bus boycott, a year-long protest against segregation on public buses. Another important figure was Malcolm X. He advocated for Black empowerment and was known for his more militant approach to achieving civil rights. He encouraged African Americans to take pride in their heritage and fight for their rights by any means necessary. Now, let's talk about some key events that shaped the Civil Rights Movement. In 1954, the Supreme Court made a landmark decision in the case of Brown v. Board of Education. The court ruled that segregated schools were unconstitutional, which was a huge victory for the movement. Then, in 1963, the March on Washington took place. Over 250,000 people gathered to demand civil and economic rights for African Americans. It was here that Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his iconic "I Have a Dream" speech. In 1965, the Selma to Montgomery marches were organized to protest voting rights discrimination. These marches were met with violence, but they drew national attention to the struggle for voting rights. The Civil Rights Movement led to significant changes in laws. In 1964, the Civil Rights Act was passed, making it illegal to discriminate based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. This was a major step toward equality. Then, in 1965, the Voting Rights Act was signed into law, ensuring that African Americans had the right to vote without facing unfair barriers. The Civil Rights Movement had a lasting impact on American society. It inspired other movements for social justice, including those advocating for women's rights, LGBTQ+ rights, and immigrant rights. The fight for equality continues today, reminding us that we all have a role to play in creating a fair and just society. So, there you have it. The Civil Rights Movement was a powerful struggle for justice and equality that changed the course of American history. It taught us the importance of standing up for what is right and fighting against injustice. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more educational content. Check the description below for links to our exclusive homeschool materials by Swan Academy.